Aloha, everybody. What's cracking? All right, so we're gonna do something different today. For those that are already subscribed to our page, they already know about my testimonies and things like that. But for my husband's, we're gonna do his more so in an interview type way.
It's easier that way.
Yeah, interview and storytelling. Probably storytelling, but the interview questions will be just in case some things get missed. As y'all know, we got the kids, so y'all will be hearing us working with the kids and working with y'all at the same time.
As usual.
We outside at the park. So, and
let's get it.
Eating, drinking, whatever I gotta do. All right, so subscribe to my husband. I'm trying to get him down. I know he's sexy. I know y'all know, but yeah. But I'll try to put the name up here if I don't forget. But it's Shy Guy Cellz. And today I'll be interviewing, like I said, my wonderful, sexy, fine, loving man husband.
That's right.
Cellz. But I'll keep it PG for the children. Okay, so I don't remember the exact name I'm going to put in the title, but what this is going to be about is
over there.
My husband's experience of when he becoming a young father before we met each other, basically. So
making young mistakes.
Okay, so up to you, babe. Do you want to jump right in and tell the story, or do you want me to start asking some questions and then you start your story?
Okay, so just basically just a heads up, I guess, or the info is, before I found my wife, I had 2 previous children. One is 15, soon to be 16, and one's 11. No, wait.
Yeah, I'm finna start hating and correct you. You go, though.
Go ahead.
Their ages today. You want their ages today?
Yeah.
Okay, so today one is 17.
Oh, my bad.
And one is 12. So we got 12 and 17,
okay.
and I'll mind my business.
Yeah, well, you know.
So maybe I should ask the questions.
But anyway, yes, I have 2 older girls, no longer in my life. Not my decision, but it is what it is. Like I said, mistakes. But go ahead, you can ask your questions.
All right. How did you feel when you first found out that you were going to become a father and be loud?
Okay, so I guess every answer is going to have a little short story, I guess. But
definitely tell the stories.
Yeah,
we need the details.
So at the time, I forget how old I was. It was, 2001, 2, one of them?
You want to know how old you were when the
yeah.
Okay, well, according to the years,
2002, right?
You were 21, right? When you got the baby.
Yeah, I was 21.
Okay.
So I held out for a minute, I held out pretty good. But at the time, I wanted a child because my best friend just had a child. So it was like holding the little baby was just like, oh yeah, this is great, you know what I'm saying? And young and dumb, I really didn't take in consideration choosing the right mother, or just taking consideration all the responsibilities and the headaches that come with it. So yeah, I met somebody and I was tricked into a relationship. I ain't gonna say tricked into a relationship. I was young, I was dumb, I just wasn't paying attention to the red flags. I wasn't listening to my spiritual team. I mean, they did say something to me, but I got reeled back in when I tried to break things off before the baby. Then eventually, I did break up with the person. I wasn't with the person at all. And then they so happened to, what the thing was, a friend of mine that was living in Arizona at the time was in town. So we kicked it. I ain't seen him in a long time, so we kicked it. Got drunk, came back home, and she was in my bed waiting for me. We wasn't together, but she knew how to sneak into the house. She knew how to get into the house or whatever, so she was there. Drunk, dumb, late night, hey, whatever. conceived, whatever. But that's the story.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, you keep going.
No,
I don't
I
know if
was
you want me
gonna
to
say.
leave with another question. No,
No, I was gonna say. I mean, from the get go, it was a whole bunch of problems. For one, I didn't even know if the child was mine at first or not, but came out to be it was. So, I stepped up and did what I had to do. I got me 2 jobs, saved up money, tried to take care of the child. The mother was, for lack of better words, not as prepared as I wanted for a mother. She already had a child previous, and I should have known from experience that she wasn't going to be a good mother. But it is what it is. I mean, as soon as the baby came home, the baby was with me for at least 2 weeks. And then the only reason why she went home is because the bitch whatever. She's a bitch. Whatever. I don't care. Call it what it is. You got a problem? Come see me. Anyway, bitch wanted a babysitter for her oldest child and called me to do it. And I said, no, that's not my child. That's not my responsibility. So get those a little fit. Comes to come take the child or whatever. So whatever. Ever since then, it's always been an issue. It's always been a problem. Then, not only is this bitch in a relationship with this person that she's been with for years before meeting me, but she has a issue with me moving on, me finding other people to deal with. So it's problem after problem, man. It is what it is. I still took care of my child. I always wanted my child in my life. I've always tried to come pick her up. It was always an issue. And I know she's running this whole story about I was never there. I never, did anything for the child or whatever. But to this day, my family's still doing things for this child. So it's all good, the higher beings, they see the proof, the truth. So I'm comfortable with it, whatever. Y'all can say whatever y'all want. Y'all can believe whatever you want. But at the end of the day, you'll see the truth when the shit is put in your face and you have to be set in front of the judge or judges. But go ahead, next question. That's just a little breakdown, I guess.
Oh no, that was great. I know I asked you already how you felt when you found out. Well, the second.
Well, when I found out.
Well, yeah, when you first got the call.
It was like.
Yeah, like I'm
it was
pregnant.
Like. It was excitement, but it was negative at the same time. Because like I said, I didn't know if it was my child or not in the first place anyway. She was dealing with multiple people. Not just me and dude, but other people. So it is what it is. But if it was excitement to me. My idea, my thoughts was, oh, this is gonna be great. I'll have my child, you know what I'm saying? I'll spend a lot of time with her. But, that low vibrational side, they was like, nah, you're gonna have problems. She's gonna keep her from you. And that's exactly what she tried to do.
So when it comes to that question, when I was saying, was it planned? So what you're saying is, you knew you wanted to be a father. You were happy to.
I was ready to be a father, but I wasn't prepared. I didn't choose the right mother for being a father.
So then you wouldn't.
For you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, I was done.
So then you wouldn't say that. Okay, you would say you're ready to be a father, but
Right.
You wouldn't say. When the question was your baby planned? It wasn't like you and her sat down and said, okay, today. Okay,
Hell no.
So it wasn't planned.
Hell no.
So this your first child, which we're speaking of, the 17-year-old. Did you? So by it not being planned, in my questions I have, did you have like a baby shower? Like, did you?
She actually had the baby on the day of the baby shower.
Oh, okay. So she prepared one. Okay.
Yeah, she prepared one, but I didn't go. I had other things to do. I handled that, and my mom was hounding me. Oh, you gotta go. You gotta show your face. This, that, and the third. So I mean, I went, but it was already over.
Okay.
Pretty much all I did was just like she said, show my face, and I left. I was there for no more than 5 minutes. But
Okay.
that I planned it, did I have anything to do with it? No.
Okay.
I was just invited.
So then, and just so you guys know, it's not
But
like
to be
I'm.
honest, I didn't
Oh,
even
sorry.
go in. I pretty much stayed outside. Like I pulled up, and the few family members that I knew of, they came up, they said hi, and that was it. And I left.
And just so everybody knows, when all this was taking place in his life, I was legit 14, 15. So I'm just trying to, get the information too. I know the information, but I'm just letting you guys know. I'm just, because I got to the part of how old were you. The only reason why I jumped in and reminded him is because my husband, I'm the person, like, I'm really good at dates, really good at numbers, write everything down.
With that stuff.
My
Y'all go over
husband's
there.
not good at dates, anything,
Over there.
and obviously I know how old he is and how old his child is. So that was the next question that was saying, how old were you? And obviously, I don't want to say obviously, but I want to say, like, with her being conceived, I believe he was still like 20, but when it was actually born, he was 21. So I just wanted
Or
to.
I was 21 going on 22.
Yeah,
One or the other.
one of the two. Because I did the little years and calculations. That's how I got
Correct.
21. My next question I want to ask you is, how did your parents react when you told them that you were going to be a father?
How did they react?
If you're gonna do one at a time, that's up to you, or
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
Okay.
do. Like when it came to the old man, it was more like, damn, you got trapped, son. Like pretty much, it was like, you sure you ready for this? That type of deal. It wasn't more, I'm mad at you or I'm happy for you. It was just more like, I'll be there for you, but I hope you're ready type thing. As far as my mom, I mean, she's the type that, like, she wants to hide her feelings. So it was like she was excited, but she wanted to show that her disapproval.
Okay.
So I can tell she didn't want the baby, but she was happy for the baby.
Okay, I understand. So neither one.
And then the situation being not knowing if it was mine or not.
So it kind of, it's like she wanted to be excited, but then she knew herself she had to wait for the DNA test, for the birth and the DNA test.
Pretty much.
But at any time, did any of your parents ever open their mouth and say, I'm disappointed in you? Or was it just like a look thing?
She did.
She actually said the words, I'm disappointed in you?
Not really. She's
Okay.
just like,
Okay.
why would you do this type stuff? Like, just asking me a whole bunch of negative questions.
Okay. So just like how if a parent doesn't exactly come out and say disappointed, they kind of ask disappointed questions. You know what I mean? Like, how could
Y'all
you do
go in the
this?
park. Stop playing
You
over
know.
there. Go in there.
Like, you mean along the lines of, how can you do this? So, just little
Right.
things like that.
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
You don't use condoms?
Right. So the next question I'd have is, how did your siblings react? We're gonna go with the siblings first. Like, what did your?
They was excited.
Okay, so all of your siblings were excited.
Yeah, they was
Okay.
excited.
Well, just so we clear, are you, as far as your siblings, are you the oldest, the youngest? Are
Yeah,
you
I'm the oldest.
Okay, so that your younger siblings are all excited. How did your other family react? Like outside, auntie, uncle, cousin?
I mean, it was cool. It was cool. Yes.
Okay.
They didn't really know her, so it wasn't no, like, oh, why would you do it with her type of deal. It was just like, oh, you got a baby on the way, cool.
So your parents disapproved of you and this young woman's relationship?
Yeah.
And did they have a reason, or was it solely because she had a prior child before?
A little bit of that, and
Okay.
just all the situations I've been in dealing with her.
So, like, the negative situations, your parents witnessed these altercations, or you told them about them?
Some of them I told.
Okay. So based on those things. And you also said at the time you guys were not even in a relationship, so that's also swayed there. Okay. We talked about that, your siblings. Were you, take your time before you answer, were you afraid or nervous, etc., when you found out? Like initial boom phone call or text or whatever it was.
Nervous or afraid?
Take your time. Tap you a little
I
water.
was, I'm always, to be honest with you, I'm always nervous
Okay.
every time I have a child because I feel like this is another soul that I'm bringing in that I have to care for and try to nurture and guide. And so I don't want to make no mistakes. I definitely don't want to make no more mistakes after those first two, which I haven't. Thank you. But, yeah, that's the nervousness, like making mistakes, failing the child type stuff. But nervous, I mean, that's it. Yeah. I guess a little bit, yeah.
I guess I'm. Okay, I'll ask the next question first. Did you have any support from your peers, like your friends, people in your age group? Like, how did they react?
Define support, like.
Well, no.
Financially, emotionally,
nah.
What you mean?
Like emotional, moral, like what they say. Like how a girl will call
Manny,
their friend.
No.
That's bad, baby.
Stop doing that.
Like how a girl.
Now clean their heads off.
Clean her hair, baby.
Get all them wood chips out of her hair.
Say sorry. He's sleepy too.
Stop rubbing your eye. You got dirty hands. Go ahead, take it off her hair.
Fix size hair.
Junior, stop doing that.
Fix her hair, baby.
Because now you got it in your hair.
I don't think he's tired. Oh, just like how, when girls, especially when they're younger, teenagers and stuff, when they find out they're pregnant, they call their friend like, girl, guess what? I know girls are more so like that. Like, oh, girl, let me tell you. So I don't think you got on the phone like, oh, boy, let me tell you. But, was there anybody that you had?
I did tell my best friend.
Okay.
And to be honest with you, he's kind of got a female mouth. So
yeah.
Everybody found out because of him. Oh, Cellz got a baby on the way,
Oh, so he kind of told everybody.
Yeah, he told everybody. But, I mean, as far as support, like,
Like, did he disappoint? Like, oh, how could you do this?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Not really, though. I mean, it wasn't really support, like, I got you type of support or I'm excited type. It was just more like, okay, you got a baby on the way.
I mean, you guys are guys, too. Like I said, girls are all like, oh, my gosh, I'm going to pick this out. I'm going to go. I want to play the baby shower.
We did have,
no,
that.
Yeah.
But we did have that one thing we came up with, like, oh, well, both of our girls are going to grow up together,
That's awesome.
And they were going to be best friends and all that, even though it didn't happen that way, but,
But, okay,
that was the idea.
So you're just not, personal information about either child, but they're all the same age. Or the other one could be like 6 months older. Or
she's
a year.
Maybe a year older.
Okay.
Than her, yeah.
So that's cool. Y'all had children that were the same age. So that's cool, especially with best friends,
Yeah.
So obviously there was no pushback from the friends or peers because he had his own child and things like that. Were you financially secure at that age of 21?
Well, like I said, I went and got 2 jobs.
Okay, awesome.
I was taking care, what I could. And
that's great.
I mean, I always had a job. I always supported as best as I could.
That's awesome. It's awesome to know. And how did your life change becoming a father? Like, I'll be a little more specific. I don't know, maybe certain ways you would hang out before having a baby or certain places you would go.
I know what you meant.
Oh, okay,
but
sorry.
At first I
Y'all get over here.
Get back in here now.
Come back in here where we can see y'all. Okay. They come.
Yeah, I hung out less. I tried to be a little more responsible. I stopped, doing certain illegal activities to try to make it where I didn't end up in jail or nothing like that. So, I tried.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have... Okay, so before I ask this last question, because that kind of wraps it up, I didn't write these down, but we may as well elaborate on the second child. I'm sorry I put that in there.
You just ask all them same questions again?
Yeah, the second child, before I ask this final question. So, okay, we've talked about the first child, female, 17, and now we're gonna fast forward 5 years. Fast forward 5 years, and we're gonna talk about the second child, 12. So now this is okay. How did you feel when you found out that you become a father for the second time? And you can give us that story about this.
The second one.
Oh, I'm sorry. Next question. Ask. Your second child. Was your second child by this same woman? No. That's what I should ask.
No,
okay.
Someone different.
Different woman.
Yeah.
So different woman, different person, different experience.
We're actually in a relationship at the time, so I thought it was a great thing. I thought, again, I didn't. After the first child, I kind of had this mindset of not making the same mistakes as far as, choosing the wrong mother or stuff like that. But I only based off the experience from the first child and not really sit down and thought about all aspects of choosing the right mother, because I still missed some things and missed some red flags and things I should have paid attention to. And stop putting stuff in your mouth.
You know better.
And yeah, so I was in a relationship. I thought it was going well, and so I can say I was a little more excited.
That's good.
At the end of the day, I still had that doubt in my mind, but not as much as the first one. But it is what it is. I mean, I still had doubt, but I was in a dark place at that time. I was, an alcoholic, abused drugs. I wasn't clear-minded at all. So, the things I thought was okay really wasn't. Some of the things that, like I said, I missed a lot of red flags. Like,
no, you're not.
The one thing that I should have paid attention more was...
Baby, y'all go over there and talk.
Yeah, y'all go play over there.
Go over there.
Now.
Talk over there. Because y'all was not
Stop
over here a second ago. Go.
Get up, Marley.
And I'm sorry for you, Marley, because you was actually quiet. But y'all go over there and play. Okay.
He bringing the crowd. Manny, you can get up and go too.
Okay.
I forgot what I was saying.
You were talking about certain red flags and
I should have paid attention more about how she dealt with the first, because she had a previous child as well, and the situation was a little different than the first one, but in the same aspect, it was still a bad situation, and I should have paid attention more on how she treated the baby father. I mean, we used to have arguments all the time. Man, you should let him see his child. You know what I'm saying? But she had all these lies. She had a book of lies already established and published. Like, every time I say something, she already had a lie ready. Oh, he was abusive. Oh, he did this. He did that. So, after a while, I was like, okay, well, maybe he don't need him in his life. But the more I should have paid attention to is, like, this man was actually trying more and more than most fathers. Not as much as I did, but, I ain't trying to down him and uplift me, but at the same time, the man was trying. So I should have paid attention to stuff like that, and it was always in the back of my mind that stuff can happen to me. She's going to try to keep the child away from me and all this stuff, which she did, but should have paid attention to more. Just in the aspect, just a mother, just a person, period. She was a bad person. But she had a pretty good mask at first. She didn't get pregnant. It wasn't planned, but she didn't get pregnant for almost a year. So it was like, okay, I'm in this relationship. I guess it's going well. So I was kind of excited. I can say 50-50.
That's good.
but I wasn't sure about her. That's why the other 50 wasn't fulfilled.
Well, to the point of all of our testimonies is obviously to teach others from our mistake and I'll just say life lessons. So what I want to say is, when you say things like there's red flags or there's sign, would you encourage the viewers, the word we know now,
Do not ignore them.
would that word be intuition?
Yeah, that's your spirit team trying to let you know, hey, stuff don't just happen in coincidentally. You know what I'm saying? You don't just see certain things and just be like, oh well, it's just a coincidence, or maybe it was just a bad timing or whatever. Like, no, this things happen because you're being ruined. So stop ignoring these things. Stop giving them the benefit of the doubt, even though how bad you really want to. Because that's the type of person we are. We always try to give somebody the benefit of the doubt. But when the team is trying to show you something, man, just pay attention. Listen. Ask them, like, what are you trying to show me? Even though they're showing you, just be like, confirm it. Confirm it for me. Instead of just ignoring it and pushing it to the side. Because when you do that, they'll be like, all right, then fine. We ain't fit to help you then. Deal with it. Find out the hard way. Hard head. Stop coming back over here. Go back over there. No, but you can go back over there. You got all those things you can climb over there.
And I also encourage, like, something that we did in our youth was, don't get the confirmation and be like, let me get some more confirmation, some more confirmation. Like, that's kind of ridiculous. Like,
you get the warning, then you get confirmation.
You
that
see something in somebody's phone, if you notice things, don't be like, okay, I need 3 things, I need 4 things. Nah, don't do that. Because you're making yourself stay longer and go deeper. Right. Instead of when it was early. You don't
even know how long in between your confirmation will come. So you need to go on. While you're sitting here waiting for a second one, it might be another 2 years before you get that one, and then after that, it's too late. You already be affected with something.
Definitely. So we got that view.
Or buy something.
So you said that, okay, so you in a relationship, so naturally, you know, you're happy, even though it wasn't planned. You're like, okay, well, we're in a relationship, we're trying to make this work. So getting into this relationship, what was your intentions and expectations? Like, okay, I want to be in a serious relationship, I want to get married, or was it, I'm just trying this out? Or what type of mindset did you have getting in a relationship?
Trying it out.
Okay.
I kind of wanted out, but then, you know, everybody was like, oh man, she's cool. So I kind of let that trick me into giving her another chance, giving her the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
So I pursued it a little longer. Then the baby came. Then it was like, okay, I'm stuck now. So what?
I want to say something. I'm sorry for cutting you off, but everyone said she's a good girl, and I understand why, because even when you explained to me, she has an amazing mask. Can we share a little bit of why? I'm not talking about like personal, but to society, why that mask was like, oh, this must be a good person. And if you need me to tell you where I'm going,
I mean, it's just, you know, the society will let you know, like,
she had, you know.
Okay, can I talk?
I'm sorry, I just.
Okay, society will make you believe that, okay, if somebody's got a good job, they're a good person, or, you know, saying, if I needed something, she would give it to me. Even though I'm the type to give things back, I mean, it seemed like at first it was all out of heart. But really, once that mask came off, it was always some type of attitude behind it. Or, like, say, I don't know, something came up, something broke down in my car, and I spent all my money, and oh, I need $20 for lunch. Dang, you don't know how to manage your money? Like, bitch, I just fixed the car. What are you talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. But, I mean, yeah. I mean, that's... At first, it seemed like love. But once that mask came off, it was always like a hindrance, a bother, or you know what I'm saying, whatever. So, I mean, it is what it is.
So, to society...
And that person was actually pretty evil. Unless they want something from somebody. And they're the nicest person in the world. But once they get what they want, then it's just like, okay, put you back in the pit where I want you.
So to society, I'm only asked that question for a reason, because I want everyone to... Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so before I ask this next question, it's up to you. I know we're coming at 30 minutes. We can stop this one and make another part. Okay, because I didn't know if it was going to overlap.
Just go ahead.
Okay. So what I was going to add, I only wanted to throw that in there because obviously it's for teaching moments. And I'm saying this because I know a lot of us young people, we can get with somebody. They have a great job, great financially.
Man,
They're
that stuff don't matter.
and then you think, well, I can't leave them. I know they're mean to me. I know they're cheating, but they're financially secure. People like
That
them.
stuff don't matter,
you know?
man. You could be a broke bum and have love and be the happiest person in the world.
Yeah. So that's the only reason why I asked it. I wasn't trying to get, too.
Yeah, I understand.
I just wanted to show people.
Because people do try
you know.
to trick you with gifts and money and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Oh, I'll take care of you and all that stuff. But once they reel you in with that bait and they catch you, then they're gonna skin you, cook you, and eat you. Like, it is what it is.
So I know you're not, you're not one like me to like be sitting up reading definitions and certain things. But what you kind of described was kind of similar to a narcissist.
Oh,
like,
yeah, definitely a narcissist.
look one way on the outside, but on the inside,
Because
what
they
is she
have
close?
they have the mask on.
Okay. So for those who don't know what narcissists
It's
are,
bait.
look it up.
Yeah.
Might have some series in the future. So what I want to know after that is, I don't have to ask the exact same questions because obviously, even though it wasn't planned, So I'm pretty. Was there a baby shower and?
It was a baby shower.
Okay.
Did I have anything to do with it? No. Was I there? Yeah. It was different than the last one, the first one, I guess. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I meant to ask you for your last child as well as this one. Were you able to partake in any like naming of the child?
No.
Any? Okay.
Not at all.
Were you asked, hey, would this name be cool, or was it, hey, this is her name, or this is gonna be the child's name?
Pretty much.
Okay. We didn't know how old you were because we said 5 years later.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, you're in a relationship now. You had a baby shower. You had things planned. So how'd your parents react to this one?
To be honest with you, it was kind of the same reaction. You ready for this? And disappointment. Oh, you got another one on the way, and you're not married, and all that. It was always something.
Something negative.
Yeah, always something negative.
I'm
Even
sorry.
now, before I stopped talking to my parents, it was the same thing. Oh, you ready for this? Oh, well, you're not. Well, I am married. What's the problem now? Oh, well, you sure you want to do it? Yeah. That's why I keep. I almost got kind of graphic, but yeah, that's why we keep having them.
Children watching, but oh, I had it. Okay, so that was their reaction, and you just like you said, they just found a reason. Well, you answered the question that the viewers probably wanted to know, which was,
Oh, but they love their grandkids though.
oh yeah, definitely. Oh well, yeah, we'll stick to these two that we're talking about. Yes, they would die for these two that we're speaking of.
The oldest. Yeah.
Yes, the oldest two. So oh, okay. So we answered the viewers' questions. Were you married to the first child's mom?
Neither one.
Okay, well you
First
answered both.
marriage, only marriage, right here.
Hey y'all. No, just okay, so
So much to say. Go ahead.
since you already had a child before, this is the same question about were you nervous or afraid? And I know you addressed that, but you can address it again, no problem.
Yeah, same thing. Just didn't want to be a failure. I just didn't want my children growing up without, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely. And we already know that you were financially stable. You were working.
At the time, yeah. I
And
was working. Had a good job. Real good job.
so,
Downtown Chicago job.
right?
Suit and tie job.
So this is a little off script, and this is up to you if you want to do this or not, because it definitely wasn't in my notes at all. But word around town, you got some more kids. Word around town, you got another.
Well, who?
So you don't got more than 2 kids. You only got 2 kids. Close the whole book. You don't got no. I just said I didn't plan to do this part of the video.
Oh, okay.
But if you want to have an interview, continue the interview, I heard you have more than 2 children.
Oh yeah.
So, baby, go play.
Go play in the shade.
So, all right. So since we just talked about the 2,
Yes,
we could ask you.
I have 5 children and 1 on the way.
So you have. Okay, so the next person you're with.
Yeah.
So you're married now.
With my wife, yes.
Yes.
5 and 1 on the way.
Okay, so we're married. We have 5 children. We have 1 on the way.
Right.
So I want to ask you some, which is why y'all see me having to eat a little bit.
Now, so for all the other questions, the
So
first
yeah,
one's,
I want to
why are you
start
excited?
over.
Every single damn time. But ask them to me.
So okay, well we'll just start with the oldest then, because obviously it was new. Me speaking for myself,
JoJo.
my husband and I, okay, I always get choked up. You see me start stuttering? Well, he knows why, but I don't care about the stutters. I had a reason to stutter.
Hey, where y'all going? No. You don't have an excuse. Go in there. Go in the park.
He understands. My husband knows that when I talk about testimony and things, I stutter a little sometimes. But anyways, my husband and I had our first children together. If you watch my testimony, I had been pregnant before when I was 18. I was raped, got pregnant from rape. So when y'all hear me, so if they're like, oh, well, I thought you had no, I never had birth. I got pregnant from rape and I had a miscarriage. So our first children, all of my children together that has come out of my womb is from and only from my husband. So that clears that up for those who watch my testimony and they may be a little confused. So that was having my first child was with my husband. I'm only saying that because
it was like me having my first child too. No bullshit, like for real. It was like my first time having a child. I was there for the birth. I was hands-on with every single thing. Names, baby shower. Well, we only had 1 baby shower. After that, it was just like, what's the point?
Yeah, having so many.
Right.
But yeah, definitely. I don't know how you felt that first one. Because like I said, it's my first child having, full term. And this will be your third. But
hey, like,
how did you feel?
Because that joke just came back.
How did you feel when you first... Hold on, baby.
I was excited as hell.
Real quick, is the door open? Because she can get the purse. Oh, but she's going to say she can't open it. Go on my door. Go on my door and go get your purse, okay? Get the water for the boys. Okay, go ahead, baby. Okay, so I tried to surprise him. So I knew, because the first time when that situation happened with me, I didn't know nothing about nothing. I didn't know until I was even...
How did we... Wait, okay.
I want to say how I surprised you.
No, before we go to that, let's go to this. How do we find... Well, not find out. Well, what was the clues of you being pregnant before you took the test? Like,
okay.
What was going on? It was like, dang, something's off about us.
And see, that's why I made this disclaimer, because I don't want it to be like, oh, well, you're a new... Before I didn't know nothing until I was having the miscarriage. But with my husband, the clues for me was... We were coming up. I had always been I had never been a lightweight or anything like that, and we wasn't really like drinking or anything and hanging out or whatever during the week because, my husband was working full-time job and I was in college full-time online. But
my chair on it.
Move it, baby.
Yeah, tell your story. I'll be right.
No, I want to wait for you.
Okay, pause it.
Okay. So yeah, that's why I get a disclaimer. We would drink, have our little tequila and beers on the weekend though, because like I said, during the week, my husband's working full time. I was in school full time online, so we would take that time to kick it just with each other. We would stay. It'd just be the 2 of us, but that's how we choose. That's how we choose to unwind. I wonder if I can find some pictures, right? We had the platinum. Right. So I try to, that's how we choose to unwind. So that was like our routine, on probably Friday nights and Saturday nights, or Friday nights or Saturday nights. So
on my days off.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like only on the days off. So that's what we were doing, and this is how I started to kind of get, my first clues, because I've never been a lightweight. So it was like one day I started like, I don't want to say it was the day that we did or day we might have drank. It might have been like the day after or something like that. Remember, babe, was going to get food and I threw up in the parking lot, like,
Right.
and we drunk the same amount every week. We didn't get drunk or nothing like that. You know, a couple shots, couple beers, same, nothing changed. We didn't go higher or nothing, same way.
Right.
So I was like, dang, you know, I wonder why that happened. But then we just kind of chalked it up to, well, we did drink. So then after that, y'all go play over there. Then after that, I started to notice that my senses were changing, like everything. Girl, you want to get out? You talking?
Right.
So I started to notice that everything was like I could smell everything better. Like when we were down there and be around people, like people would be like smoking cigarettes and things like that. And at that time, we had smoked cigarettes, so I would notice like it for one, it would start like taste funny. Then I would feel like my nose would seem stuffy, and then I would just not even want to smoke. Like I would just put them down, or I'd be like, oh, I don't want anything. Or I used to only like smoke a short, and then I started smoking the short of the short. Like I don't want this, so I started feeling like kind of, you know.
I was talking more on the sense of the other.
Oh, I
signs.
thought you
And
meant
what
like.
I was saying, what I wanted to say is, it's like you know when you're really connected with your
Oh, I wasn't there
your
yet.
person.
That's your sign. I wasn't there yet.
Person,
Yeah.
Because you know what I'm saying, then the father would start getting what's it called? Symptoms.
yeah.
And you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, that was next.
Yeah, and I ain't never felt that with the first two, so I knew, hey, something's off. Like this is different. Like
when I was nauseous and stuff, you started getting queasy and stuff, right? Like did you like what? How did you start physically
I
feeling?
was more like more tired all the time.
That came.
Just in the beginning though.
That came.
And we was like, what is this about? Like I know my schedule was a little different than usual, but I was like exhausted.
Yeah, I was getting to that next.
And I was having real bad mood swings.
Ha!
I don't know why. I don't know where that comes from.
Every baby.
But the first time, I didn't know nothing about it. I
Yeah.
never knew nothing about it. But it was like that one night. That's when it was just like, okay, something's off with the whole taking the trash out. Because I felt like everybody was against me. I was tired as hell. It was a work night, and they was like, oh, take the trash out. It was like 8 at night, but
You had to be at work at
yeah,
3, I think. Right?
no, I had to. I would go to sleep and wake up around like 1 or 2 in the morning to go to work. So I'm telling them like, look, I'm tired. I'll take it out in the morning on the way out to work. And then it was you and Coco that was like, oh no, just take it out now. And I just got the most anger in the world just came out of nowhere. Like, what the fuck y'all want me to do? You know, I was just, I said I'll do it in the morning. Then it was just like, then I really got mad at her because I felt like she was against me for the first time. I was like, what the fuck? And then you choosing sides. You said something like, oh, Jay's gonna be mad or something. I'm like, what the fuck Jay gonna do to me?
And that's not choosing sides.
Right. I don't know. It was weird. It was crazy.
But yeah, those are the first symptoms. But I had to bring that up because I feel like even when I was having those food things, I could have sworn there was certain things with foods.
Garlic.
Yeah, but I know with me, I hated the garlic smell. But I'm saying there was certain things with food you were kind of changing with too. Whether you were eating less of things or whether you were, wanting different things. That's why I was getting to the food thing because even before I was finding out, you was kind of wanting different things, or even every time I get pregnant, you'll have tastes for different things or certain things you don't want anymore. Right. So that's what I was getting to that. And even then, even you, before finding out, same thing, like you was already kind of kicking the whole, I don't really want the cigarettes anymore. So those same signs before we even knew you were doing that. And then like after throwing up and things like that, when I didn't drink the next night, you didn't drink either. You see what I'm saying? So even without us knowing. So me, I had a feeling that something was off. And then it's like, I keep like calendars so I know exactly, you know, when my cycle and everything comes on. And, you know, so I was just like, okay, well, you know, I'm fine or whatever. But then after I missed one, I didn't really say anything because I'm like, okay, I could be late. You know, it could just be off. But then I was like, okay. I started getting sicker and sicker. Like the smell of garlic, everything was sensitive. Everything was just irritating. I was irritated because at that time,
don't get your straw dirty.
In our
Don't get your cup
testimony,
dirty.
you'll see at that time, that's when we were there with my feminine donor. We were living there with her at that time. We were like roommates with them, and they were already like so irritating. So I'm like, okay, is it just them? But things I usually could just walk away from and not, you know, just ignore, I was starting to like snap and get into it. So I was noticing those signs. And then my husband, like he said, he was also getting those signs of, you know, like getting more angry or moody or whatever you want to call it. So I surprised you. Now we can get to it.
Yeah.
When I surprised you, because I didn't tell him, I went to the store, got the test and everything on my own. And I told him, like, oh, go in the bathroom, you know, I need you to check something out for me or see something
Fix
for me.
the toilet or something.
Yeah, I made up something. Right. So now we can get to the question. You done, baby? You want some more?
Yeah.
Just go play. You'll get some in a minute. She can bring it. Just go play. So, how did you feel when you walked into that bathroom to go fix the toilet?
Yeah, I was excited. I was like, yeah, right. I didn't believe it at first. I was like, yeah, right. Not this fast.
Yeah, it was pretty fast. Huh, baby?
No, no grapes.
Not right now.
Go play.
Yeah, I want to say it.
Yeah, I was excited. I was really excited.
Yeah, I want to say we got pregnant under 4 months, so about 3 months and some change.
Like Hey, what can I say?
Anyways, so you were excited. So then, this is the first baby we're talking about. So, was your baby planned?
No.
It was not planned, okay?
Not planned at all. None of them.
All right.
So
well,
get that one out the way. All 5, all 6 of them. None of them are planned.
So you had
Not by us, at least.
Right. Well, okay. I guess you can say for us, society would technically say ours was planned because we have never used birth control with one another. Like, never. I didn't think.
Not once.
Yeah, we've never used birth control. So to society, and when I say birth control, I'm talking about all forms.
Anything.
Yeah, no. I
Not
mean, no woman. Right, no pull-out method, no woman birth control, no male birth control, no using calendars to be like, oh, I'm fertile on this day, I'm ovulating. None of that. So every time when I would used to go to doctors, they'd be like, oh, they would try to say we planned it because we didn't do. So it wasn't like a shock. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, how did this happen? What the heck? You know what I mean? It wasn't nothing like that. You know, like,
There goes the joke, though.
Right, you could tell it.
You guys don't use condoms?
Right. That's what my female donor, which was what y'all would call mom, that's what her partner said when she seen the test. Hayden.
You know what's so... These people are so retarded. So the person wants to be a man, is trying to be a man, but don't know one thing about being a man.
Silly.
When this clown looked at me and was like, y'all don't use condoms? Why the fuck would I want to do that? Any man knows, a real man knows, them things is horrible to use.
Okay, well, I don't want to say, I know you say, why would you do that? What are you talking about with the person that you want to be with, like how we were together, or you're not suggesting just go out and...
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't condone, I was trying to say that. Yeah. I don't condone, first of all, I don't condone premarital sex, or, you know, saying sex with anyone
just
other than...
random.
Yeah, just random people. No, I don't condone that at all. I feel like you should really get to know somebody before you do anything with that person. Get to know them spiritually, physically. Well, that is physically, but you know what I mean. Spiritually,
right.
Mentally. That's what I meant to say. Mentally, know that person before you even do anything with that person at all.
Right. And that's why I want to clear that up, because people who are not subscribers, I didn't want them to think that, I
But
mean,
yeah,
because,
this is my woman. Like,
Right,
why would I want
right.
to wear a damn condom?
right,
Why do I want to desensitize anything? Why would I want to stop anything natural from happening?
right.
It's all natural here, baby.
But that barrier, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's
That
just
barrier between us and that
retarded.
separation,
A
you
man
know,
would never say that to another man.
especially in a
when it comes
committed
to-
relationship.
Stop putting stuff in your mouth. Get that out your mouth.
When you're in a committed relationship. And just for those who don't know us and didn't watch our testimony, our husband and I, we practiced celibacy before we, came together. So when I talk about us getting pregnant under 3 months, we spent time, in two different states. We weren't even in the same state or anything like that. Taking that time, just literally just talking and getting to know each other hours at a time. And
Oh, that makes it easy.
know.
Y'all went together. No, stupid. I could have did it with somebody else. She could have did it with somebody
Right,
else.
and we did not do that.
Celibacy is
Definitely.
celibacy. It doesn't mean, just not doing it with each other.
Right, because we can still go out and meet people. I mean, we're not just, we're not locked in a cage. You know what I mean? It's a commitment that we both made.
Oh, y'all was in different states.
Yeah.
It doesn't count. Yes, it does.
Yeah, it
Y'all
does,
painted her
because this thing. You show your nails. She said,
What you doing
hey.
with that, girl?
She said, hey.
What you doing with that,
So
girl?
yeah, down to the nitty gritty. It doesn't matter how old were you. Just know that his oldest outside of me is 17, and our oldest together is 5. Right. So obviously
You do that.
obviously he waited and took his time, but to be honest with y'all know we twin flames. So it was gonna be what it was gonna be regardless. So the part he is maybe don't want to talk about, but he has to. How did your parents react when you told them?
It was the worst reaction.
Oh. So they weren't happy for you?
No, they didn't even want me to be in a relationship. Again, we're talking about the mother. The father played the same role as he always does. You sure you ready for this? You sure you want to do this?
But your mom, she's same.
Yeah, it was worse that time.
Oh yeah, it was worse. So
Why would you do that? You sure? You don't even know her. Like, all kinds of stupid, goofy shit.
What about your other girls?
Right.
What about them?
Right, what about your other kids? What about them?
Yeah. I was treated as if I had like
Man.
10 kids before I met him, and I didn't have any children. So.
Like, you was the mistress and you destroyed my
Man.
marriage and like all kinds of weirdom.
How did your siblings react when they found out about us to soon bring our first child together?
I'm gonna say, me and Erica didn't talk, so she can care less. Hate her anyway.
He's saying she's a hater. He's not saying that he hates her.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Just making sure.
Nathan didn't care.
Yeah.
And, he just whatever. Darren was the only one who was actually really.
The youngest.
Yeah, he was the only one who was really happy.
Yeah, he's always supported you with all of it,
But he used to.
Yeah. No, I just meant like with your previous children as well.
Oh,
He didn't
yeah,
have
yeah.
anything negative to say. He was,
Mm-hmm.
Were you afraid, nervous, etc. to be my baby daddy, husband, everything forever?
Nope.
No?
Not a care, not a worry, not nothing. Nothing. I was excited. I was ready to go.
Really? So you just waiting to see what the baby was gonna look like?
Just waiting to see. Just waiting to hold her.
Yes. Well, I'm sorry. It says were you financially secure, but like I said, you're working a full-time job. Good job. And how did your life change becoming a father to your twin flame?
How did it change? It just got better and better. It just got better and better from there.
Better and better.
Better and better.
And do you have, this is your interview. But you ain't got no child questions for me, right? Okay, anything like that. Okay, so do you have, as far as your children, like I said, to be clear, so right now, in total, that will make 8 children, okay? 2 older children.
Go find another one. Right.
Two.
Pick his cup up and put it over there by your purse. Go
Look
ahead.
how Source trusted you with all these kids.
Right.
So 2 older children, like we said, 17 and 12, prior to me. We have 5 children walking and scooting around right now.
Right.
And 1 that will be here soon.
Right.
Okay, so that's 8 children, right? So, going back to the first 2, do you have any regrets, reservations, or lessons that you would teach to the youth right now? Boom, that you can tell them anything.
Honestly, my regrets would be not waiting for my wife to have the first 2. That would have been a great blessing to have all my children with my wife. Reservations, pretty much the same thing as the regrets. What to learn from it? Now you can cut it off and make a part 2, because that's gonna be about 2 hours here. But no, the easiest way I can just wait, man. I know it sounds cliche, it sounds old school, whatever you want to call it. Just wait, man. Find the right woman, like the right one, the right mother, the right wife, just the right one, man. Find your soulmate, twin flame, better half, whatever you want to call it. Stop just sleeping with anybody. I mean, so much wrong can happen, even if it's not even a child. Because I'm going to tell you like this, young men, having a baby mama is the worst. And don't get me wrong, I know there are some situations where it does work for certain people, but that's very rare. I don't care what people say, it's very rare. I don't care how much they boost their situation to be the best situation. Deep down, they're lying to themselves, their egos, full control in that situation. And in front of you, they're gonna tell you, oh yeah, I got my baby mama in check, I can do this, I can do that, whatever they lie and say to you. But behind the scenes is nothing but headaches. It ain't nothing but stress. It ain't nothing but strife. It ain't nothing but situation after situation. Money being stolen from you. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you can go to prison for this shit. Like, I'm telling you, man, it is not peaches and creams whatsoever. It's nothing good comes from it. And I know you're going to be like, oh, well, what about the child? Nothing good comes from that either. Because just speaking from my situation and every situation that I've experienced through friends, and I'm talking about from both sides, from the fathers that want to be in the life and the fathers that don't want to be in the life. It's stressful. It's heartbreaking. You're going to want to do certain things with this child, but at the end of the day, the way the system is set up, the woman has full control. And they're going to get in your pockets. And I know that's not the proper thing to speak of, because I know you're saying what's money got to do with it. It can be a very bad hindrance. I'm telling you, they don't give a fuck about the fathers whatsoever and his rights whatsoever. They are going to back that woman, this mother, even if she's a bad mother, the worst mother. They're going to back her to they have no choice. You have to literally be a rich man, or I'm just going to keep it 100%. You have to be a white man to have any control in your child's life, because they make it very hard for any of us, and I say us, to have any control in our children's life. And if you have strife or beef between you and your baby mama, you're definitely not going to have any kind of control. Even if you think you have control,
Momo,
You
do
piss
it
her
over
off,
there.
bad enough,
Go over there. What side?
she's gonna show you who's really in control. And I'm gonna tell you from experience, and don't let them fool you. Oh, if you're doing what you're doing, save your receipts and all that, man, that shit don't mean nothing to these courts. I'm trying to tell y'all, I was paying for things, I was buying things, I saved receipts. When you sit in front of that judge is gonna look at you and laugh at you. Those are gifts. Or you're supposed to do that. They don't give you no consideration. All it is numbers to them. Good job. Be careful, buddy. All right.
And I want to throw this in. Back when you were talking about child support, yes, all his children are taken care of. Yes, he pays for his children.
I pay all my child support.
And I want to let you young people know
and
that.
even when I was paying child support, I was still buying stuff out of my pocket. And that shit don't mean nothing to nobody but yourself. And I'm gonna go, oh, well, the kid's gonna see, man, when that kid gets old enough to make their own decision, they're not gonna care about that shit. Because I'm gonna tell you like this, your child is in the hands of the mother 24/7. If you're lucky enough to get the weekends, that's 2 days out of the week. Out of them 7 days, you getting 2 days. The mother's getting 5. Day in, day out, programming. So no matter what you try to establish in your child in them 2 days, it's gonna get erased when they get home. They're gonna go with the mama regardless. And like I'm saying, personal experience, other experience with others, my friends, stories of associates, people I work with. We all have the same story. But you gonna believe the lies of everything's gonna be fine and all that shit from media, from movies, from TV shows. They're gonna tell you you have rights. I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm from Chicago, okay? And we got this, and he ain't the only one, but we got this famous lawyer. And I ain't gonna put his name out there because you ain't finna sue me, buddy. You ain't finna get at me.
Take our video down.
Right. But they're all the same. They're all sharks. They're all fucking, you know what I'm saying, schemers and money hungry motherfuckers that just want money. Say you are a good father like me, and you want to be in that child's life. You want custody. You want visitation rights and all that shit. You gonna call them. And they're gonna tell you like this. Okay, it's gonna range from $150 to $300 just to have a constellation. Just sit down and talk to this lawyer. Okay? Sit down there, you talk to him. Y'all try to put a plan together, what you want, how you want to go buy it, and all that shit. Waste your little time, waste your little money, right? They set up a court date. You go to your court date. That court date is going to run you anywhere from $2,500 to $6,000 just for an appearance at court. Once you get there, you're automatically, no matter what you got going on, no matter what paperwork you got, what your lawyer got to say, no matter what, you're going to get a continuance. And guess what? Once you set up that continuance, okay, let's get this going. Let's get the ball running. Okay, I'm going to have to charge you again for the appearance. Depending on the lawyer, it might be a little cheaper. It may not. It may not. You might get the lowest rate. You might get the $2,500. But you're going to have to pay him again. Second appearance. It's going to be another continuance. There's going to be something you're missing. It's going to be something that she's going to bring up that it's going to need proof or require you to bring some proof or she don't even show up. And you might think, oh, well, she don't show up, then you want. No. Continuance.
No.
So guess what? You got to pay for another appearance.
Happy
They're gonna bleed you, man. They're gonna try to drain you dry. They're gonna try to zap all kind of positivity and what's the word I'm looking for? Not courage, but you pumped up, like,
Oh yeah, any encouragement?
yeah,
to do this process.
Yeah, anything that's pushing you, any type of
Positivity.
yeah, they're gonna drain you from it, because you're gonna get to the point where you're gonna be like, man, what is the point? Like, I'm going broke. My wife knows of a person who was living in Hawaii, living in paradise, living his best life, but he wanted his child in his life. Spent all his money to go back and forth to the whatever state that he had to go to try to get visitation rights, some type of custody. And it got so bad to the point that he had to move back where he was from. Lost the good job he had. Now he's living with roommates and shit.
Well, I think the judge flipped it on him. Oh, if you want to be around them, then you got to come back up here.
Yeah, they'll try to do that to
They
you
made
too.
him come back to his home state in order to be around them.
So like I'm saying, they try to take all kinds of. No, he didn't even get custody.
He didn't get custody. It's just
no
if
custody.
you want to be around them, took all his money too. Yeah,
all his money.
He didn't have anything to stay. Yeah.
And now he's struggling. I don't know if he's struggling to this point because this was years ago, but the situation alone, they put you in a position where you want to kill this motherfucker. Like, you want to kill the baby mama. That's the way they bring you so low that you feel like that's your only opportunity. That's the only thing you got left. Man, listen, I'm just gonna kill the bitch and just take my kid.
And some people, you look up
people
some
do
news
it.
articles,
People
yeah,
do
you've
it.
seen it. So
Because those are weak people. But what I'm saying is, they try to bring you low, man. They try to destroy you, man. They don't want you in that child's life. They don't want that child having some type of positivity or some type of structure in their life to make it. Okay? And like I said, you have to be the right type of person for them to be on your side.
right.
And they only do it for them because, for one, they got the money, and for two, they already know they're a piece of shit scumbag that is going to end up being just like their parent. Another Marley, put it down. Another menace to society. And I ain't talking about like the movie where they try to portray us to be those things. They're the real menace to society. Because all they want to do is divide and conquer. All they want to do is overcome and destroy everything in their way.
And you know
And whoever's in the way.
And you know it's a war on the black, anyways, the black family and things like that.
course.
So even if, even, of course, we know they'll help the white man first, and even all those other races too, because the whole trick, the whole point, soon, baby. The whole trick, the whole point, the whole design is destroy the black family. So if you're black, and I want to ask you, when talking about the court days, that means that you people have to take off work, correct? You guys miss money from work, you get reimbursed, or
you don't get no damn reimbursement. You might have a cool enough job where they'll be like, oh, okay, well, you could just take a long lunch and handle it in your car or something if you're doing well, at the time
back then it wasn't no virtual.
Yeah, it wasn't no virtual. You have to actually go to court. So yeah, you're taking the day off. You're taking it. You're missing money. Unless you got some POT.
And
or
then
PTO, I mean.
And then someone else said too, like you were saying, even if y'all do get the visitation on the table and the girl says, I don't want you to have weekend continuation.
But even if you are lucky enough to win your case, they still on the baby mama side, because if she feel like, I don't feel like doing it this weekend, she don't have to. There ain't no repercussions whatsoever. They don't get no repercussions. They ain't
court
going
date. They say court date.
And what's that gonna do? They
say come back to court. If you call the police and say it's my day, I gotta see them, they say go back to court.
And what's that gonna do?
Nothing. you ain't gonna get to see it.
Nothing. They gonna see it as you ain't proving shit.
Mm-hmm. Cause she gonna make an excuse in court like, oh, she was sick that day.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say too, child support don't stop.
Nope.
I want y'all to understand that. So
they don't care about you losing your job. They don't care if you lost a leg. They don't care about anything. They don't even care if you a bum on the street. They want their money. They gonna charge you. And don't think it's just, oh, I gotta pay a certain amount. Man, you're paying interest, and that interest is interest is an ass, man.
Yeah.
Interest is something else.
And that child support stuff will have you homeless because when you already in a bad situation, like how you seen the whole pandemic thing go on,
They don't care about
that
none of
didn't
that
stop.
shit.
You know what I'm saying?
None of
So
that
even
shit
losing
stopped.
your job, losing your hours,
None of that shit's gonna
that
stop.
interest kept coming to your head. And just so you young fellas know, with that interest keep piling up, like I said, you can have a broke leg, whatever situation, be in the hospital, they'll take your license from you, your driver's license, fisher's license, no
And I'm
passport.
gonna tell you like this. All y'all, well, I ain't gonna sign the birth certificate. I'm not gonna claim it and all that shit. They're going to get you anyway. If she says that's the daddy, they're gonna come after you.
Yep.
They're gonna make you
Mm-hmm.
court issued statement, warrant, whatever you want to call it. They're going to make you take that drug test. I mean, drug test. That blood test. You know what I'm saying? That DNA.
Definitely. Because when they go to those places, they ask the women, even when being married, they be like, oh, they'll ask on the paper, certain papers, oh, what's
Right.
the father's name? So you write
Try
that
to get my
father's.
wife one time.
Yeah,
oh, well,
like
you can only do this if you,
right,
if you
we'll
put
only
them on
help
paper.
you.
Like what?
If you put them on child, I'm like, no, thank you, I'm good. But yeah, that's what they do. So they're gonna always know who the father is. You know, there's no way around it. If you think I'm gonna give her a fake name, all she gotta do is know you live. It's no big deal. So don't think you're gonna beat the system because you're not. Okay. Best way to beat the system is to do the right thing, to wait until you're married, find the right person. And I want to say this disclaimer
Man, I'm
too.
trying to save y'all a headache, man. And I'm telling you like this, y'all can even look it up yourself. Google it if you
You can
want.
bring it closer.
This stuff gets so bad, man. There's people actually out there trying to kill baby mamas, and if not, they're killing themselves.
Yeah, we seen one where a guy killed
or
himself.
even sicker, they will kill the child
Yeah.
because they feel like
Nothing
I'm gonna
between
get
them.
out. Right, I'm gonna get out of it. There's so many different cases. Like I'm telling y'all, man, save y'all selves, man. Save y'all souls. Save y'all spirit. Save y'all energy. Save y'all life.
That's
Just
the best
wait.
thing.
Just wait for that right person. Please, please, I beg y'all. Don't make the mistakes that I make other people in my generation or whatever, man. Whatever the situation is, man. Stop, man. Just wait.
And I just want to throw that really quick. I'm so glad I remembered because I was supposed to do this. The cause and effect. So this is for women as well because I came from a broken home, so I can speak from that aspect. The cause and effect. For all you women that think it's cute, oh, my baby daddy cool, we cool, this and that. Cause and effect. Like my husband was saying, you got this child bouncing back from two different places, learning two different things, and on top of that,
I was gonna get to that.
go ahead.
It's not even. No, I know where you're going, but I was gonna get to the point where is. Yeah, I'm trying to save y'all, but at the end of the day, if y'all really, 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 really care about having a child, just know y'all destroying those children's lives.
Yeah.
They have no chance. Like my older two children, they have no chance at a good life. I don't care what you think. Oh, well, she can find a good man and it's going to... No, it's not going to happen, man. It's never going to be the same as just doing right by that man so he can be a real father to that child. Because ain't no other man going to treat that child like his own. I don't care how good he portrays him being a good stepfather or whatever. His love for that child is never going to be the same as that father. And then even for y'all women, like, if y'all not waiting for the right man, y'all settling for a whole bunch of stress and headache too, because there's a lot of women out there who's going through situations with these men that ain't shit either. There's actually good baby. It's crazy because it's like the good baby mamas got the bad baby fathers, and the good baby fathers got the bad baby mamas. It never works out, man. It never does. And these children are being destroyed because they're being programmed the wrong way.
Well, the reason for what you just said right there goes back to what we said with narcissism. Because narcissists, that's the kind of victims they look for.
Yeah.
They look for people who are the people who have light, people who are trying to do of good, people that they think they can take advantage of or pull the wool over their eyes and trick. Narcissists don't typically go for someone the same as them because then they're not going to have any benefit out of it. They're not going to be able to play those games and manipulate them and hurt them and tear them down. So that's why you see the, dang, she seems like a cool baby mom, but the man don't even want to come see the kids, or dang, he maybe ain't seen them in 3 years.
Paying the baby daddy to spend time with their kid.
But that's why you see that, because a narcissist is going to go for someone opposite of them. So that's why it's mixed up like that. You know, it's very rare. And that's why, like with us being on the same page, we're twin flames. And then you'll have your soulmates as well who will be on the same page. But it's up to you.
Say it's always something.
You know, to find that
Always
person.
something.
To be patient,
Like-
take your time, you know.
Like my oldest child. Like one of the. I mean, it's so many different stories, but this one right here was, to me, was like, what was the point? Like, what was the point? Like, I was kicking it one night. I ain't seen my child in a while. And she called me like, oh, you want to come pick her up? I was so excited. I dropped everything I was doing. I was kicking it. Dropped everything I was doing. And one of my buddies, matter of fact, he was like, man, I'll ride with you to go get her. You know what I'm saying? That's how hard we was kicking it. I didn't even want to take him home. We went straight there. We get there. Everything's cool. She getting her bags packed. She was at somebody's house. I don't know who. It was a party or whatever. So I'm guessing she just had her third baby. So I guess she had a babysitter. The daddy was going to watch the baby. But guess who's not being watched? The first child. She got a baby child. She got a babysitter for me because of me. My child. Because I'm coming to get mine. He's watching the new one. But the first one. No baby babysitter, right? I get there, the bags getting packed. We ready to go. We about to walk out the door. Oh, can you take him too? No. Then a little punk ass nigga starts crying. That's not my problem. That's not my issue. That's not my child. Not my responsibility. Oh, it's gonna be that way, then you can't take her either. Now my child is crying. Now my child's night is ruined. Now my child is traumatized because she thought, I ain't seen my daddy in a while. He's about to take me. We about to have fun and everything. She's excited. She was bouncing back and forth, getting everything she can to put in her bag. And now her night is destroyed because the selfishness of this bitch. Oh, well, I can't have my way. Now you can't. Now you need a babysitter for 2 kids. Now you ain't going nowhere, dummy. Instead of just letting me take my child and finding any desperate soul to take him. But my child has to be affected now. My relationship has to be affected now. But they don't think about that shit. None of y'all do. Y'all don't care about the child. It's only about your own feelings. Makes no sense. But I just wanted to say.
No. That's a good point because that's the cause and effect. Because right now, everybody answer this question right now.
But I'm the bad guy.
A female and let's do this in reverse. Okay, let's pretend that I'm a baby mama, right? And Cellz has other kids. And would there ever in the history of ever be a chance where the baby dad can come over and talk about, you watch my kids by these other women and I'm finna go kick it? When in the history would any of y'all be like, okay, I'll take care of all your kids and you go? Yeah, he wouldn't even fix his mouth to be able to even ask y'all no question like that. So that just shows what he's saying with the cause and effect. So that leads to why now he doesn't have relationships with them, because it's like, oh, well, you're gonna be with your wife and be happy. Okay, you can't see my kids. You can't see your kids, excuse me, the ones that are in my household. That just goes with the cause and effect of, look at how he says, she randomly calls him and see a kid, he gotta jump up and go. Oh, I better take the opportunity. Who knows when I'm getting it again? You know what I mean? And then when he gets there, now to him, the children are seeing him painted as bad because all the kid can see is, oh, why he can't go? Instead of understanding like, well, I'm breaking a cycle because this is not my child. I need to focus on my own relationship. But as a child, now when he leaves, the mom could feel everything in her head like, see, he didn't even want to take you. He tricked you. He didn't want you to go.
He didn't care enough for you. He could have took your brother. What was the big deal? That's your brother. He can spend time with him too. No, he can't. It's not my son. It's not my child. It's not my responsibility. You better call your... almost.
and see the child, the cause and effect and the problem of the child is that they're growing up, because see, me being from a broken home, I grew up in a household where my mom was always bashing, you know,
right.
My sperm, the male sperm donor.
And we know for a fact that she was bashing me because when my child got old enough,
yeah,
that and started believing in that program, she started trying to throw it in my face.
Mm-hmm. Speaking to you, saying
Oh,
that.
you don't do nothing. You give her $50. $50? That's what she told you? I can't wait for the day she asks for proof.
Yeah.
Because I have all the paperwork in the world.
And
for
now
you
it's
to see.
online, you know, because of the technology. So everything's online. You know.
I want you to see this $500,000 that went to you.
And she'll see it
Dummy.
because just give her the password. That's it. And see, that's the thing. Like but you
Sick as
grow
hell.
up. These children grow up with these fake testimonies of, I didn't have a dad. My dad don't want me. Whole time your mother is keeping them away.
And filling your head up with garbageness. And then it don't
I hold her.
it don't help the fact that I have, okay, I'm a father of structure. I teach discipline. I teach structure. I want my children to be self-reliant before the age, even before being a teenager.
Yeah.
Like my oldest now, my 5-year-old, she can pretty much do whatever she needs to survive at this point.
Dishes, sweeping, cleaning, mopping,
Man,
prepping food,
right.
taking care, changing diapers, like
Right,
everything.
all kinds of stuff.
Everything.
But no matter how good of a father I am, I can't really establish that with a part-time child. And then when I do have my time with my child, she sees it as I'm a mean father, I'm a bad father, I'm no fun. Because I want you to be self-reliant. I want you to be smart. I want you to have common sense. I want you to be able to be like, that don't sound right. I'm going to go left. I'm not going to go that direction because it doesn't sound right. She didn't want that. Like, I'm paying child support and you call me telling me you need your hair done. Oh, well, I'm not going to do that, baby. I mean, if you want your hair done, you're old enough to save up your money, get your child support money from your mom, and handle that. Oh, well, if you don't do it, I'm going to call the police.
You're going to go to jail.
I'm going to go to jail for not getting your hair done? See the type of programming these women try to do? I mean, it's that's not the only story, though. And I don't mean story as something made up. I mean story like history, like actual facts.
And then they try to play the child. Then once the man does go on and get married and has a good life, then they try to then the child comes along as if, why you got a family? You know why?
Right.
You know?
Why can't you do this with me? Why wasn't I good enough? It's not that you wasn't good enough. It was your mother.
Right.
Just like both of my children. I didn't want your mother. I want y'all. I didn't want your mother. So don't, I know every child probably has this fantasy, is always a chance that our parents get back together. No. It's not going to happen. Never. Give that up. No matter what your mother's trying to portray in your mind, program you in your mind. I'm the best woman in the world for him. Hell no. That's why we wasn't together in the first place, when you was conceived. Your mother was a hoe. She just got lucky. She didn't even know who the daddy was. She got lucky.
Definitely.
And you would have been lucky if you would have just, I mean, it's not fun. The story ain't for you. The video ain't for you.
Well, I mean, that's good that you know.
I mean, she already got all the information. She
Yeah.
refused it. She rejected it. It is what it is. Live your life, boo.
But I'm
This
glad
video ain't
that
for
you were able to express yourself, because that's the main thing I want to do. We want to let y'all know the part about it not being peaches and cream, or you feeling like, oh, I don't have a job, they can't give me child support.
And no matter how
things like that.
And I'm talking to the fellas. No matter
Right.
how you feel like I'm making an impact, I'm doing good. At the end of the day, it's never gonna be good enough. It ain't. It ain't. Cause just you're a part-time father. No matter no matter all the overtime you try to put in, you're always gonna be part-time. That's the easiest way for me to break it down to you.
Oh, and don't let her find a man. Don't let her get remarried and or some serious relationship.
I wasn't on child support for the first, I don't know, 2-3 years of my child's life because I was taking care of what I was taking care of, and can't nobody deny that. But once her man got in her head, oh, I can't be paying all these bills. I don't have a job right now. Maybe you need to put him on child support. And then this dummy, if you really put two and two together, she ended up getting less than what I was doing before I was on paper. So play yourself if you want to. But at the end of the day, guys, it ain't cheaper to keep them. The best thing for you to do is save yourself. Do it the right way, man. Do it the old school way. Whatever you want to. Just living your life shit, it's too fast, man. You're going to end up being miserable quicker than you think. It's going to come crumbling down. Your whole empire is going to come crumbling down. And it's going to be a hindrance for at least 18 years. All the things that you want to put into motion, all the things you want to put, your energy and time into, you're always going to have somebody with their hand out. There's always going to be somebody in your way trying to trip you up. And even if you are lucky enough to get past those obstacles, there's always an obstacle in front of that. Even if you do get a business, guess who's got a handout? Guess who's going to ask for more? Guess who's going to be bringing you back and forth to court? It's never ending. Save yourselves, guys.
And from my brother's perspective, he had...
And women.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't get caught up with these bum-ass niggas either. Go ahead. And your brother?
My brother had 3 baby moms. And just from his perspective, I would like to speak on him because he's not here to speak for himself. What he wanted everybody to know was when I was talking about don't let them get another guy. Juju, when somebody says stop, go do something else. So from his perspective, his wasn't, I mean, yeah, of course it was always money problems, but what his was when they got with another guy was, it was like the guy started saying he couldn't see his own kids.
Yeah,
so now when my brother's calling,
like that.
Right. So now my brother's calling, you got the guy on the phone arguing with him, talking shit to him. Now my brother finna fight, they about to go to jail, this, and that. So now it's another barrier between you calling to talk to your son and this nigga getting on the phone cussing you. And then the lady ain't saying nothing.
But you're trying to be a father.
Right.
Trying to be a father to your child.
And then now,
and I was gonna go into that when I mentioned the whole, no matter how much they want to try to be the stepfather and take on your role,
definitely.
It's never gonna be the same. And that's a facade because at the end of the day, you telling this man he can't be around his child, you're gonna take care of it, but you ain't doing shit to take care of that child.
And this child is watching this man disrespect their father. Because when my brother and that guy would get into it, he would call my brother all kind of stuff on the phone while the son's sitting there in the background.
But we'd be the first one to go to prison if we put our hands on somebody, though.
And the mother's letting this man disrespect their father.
And you know she's going to take the other man's side.
She always did.
So if the police show up, he came over here tripping.
Yep.
What are you talking about? I came to pick up my child. This nigga started tripping. I defended myself. Now you gotta go to court trying to prove your innocence.
When you finally wash your hand with it, I'm not going over there no more. I'm not doing no drama. I'm not doing no fighting. Y'all do y'all thing. Then what happened when you wash your hands with it?
See, he don't care about you. He don't love you. That's exactly what I've been saying all this time. But you done put in 15 years of struggles for me. But as soon as I say I'm done with it, see, he didn't love you. I've been telling you all these years that nigga don't care about you. Now you finally get to see it.
Yep. So yeah, that's the best we can do. But y'all look, we older, huh?
All I gotta say, live your life. Enjoy your court money. Enjoy your child support money.
Yep.
Blame your mama that you got robbed out of the opportunity of having a real father in your life. And that's just the first child. The second child, that was even uglier. That was even an uglier situation. I went a year straight trying to talk to my child. And I ain't got nothing but blocked, ignored, hung up on, phone number changed. I even tried to be slick and get a different number, get a different phone, everything. Nah, that don't work. I'll take that child support money though.
Absolutely.
I can't even say happy birthday to my child.
And we have a testimony on here. I'm not. It might be from part 10. It's gonna be like from. I think it's from part 10 to like 11 and 12 is not open yet, but part 10 starts it. I know it's gonna be discussing in depth about the relationship with his children. It's in part 11 and 12, and it's gonna also be in part 13. I don't know if there's gonna be a 14 yet, but it's gonna be in those as well. So that'll have more in depth, of the situation behind this relationship with his children. And once we get those open, I definitely will link that here, which I probably would just open 11 and 12 and link that here so you guys can understand. Longer video, more in depth about how deep this stuff really goes and the heartache and pain of how much this stuff associates around it. And I can put all that in there.
And to be honest with you, it really ain't to depth because there's still so much missing out of them stories, out of them videos.
You can always add.
So many details. And I'm gonna tell you like this, fellas, if you have any questions, just contact me. I'll give you the honest truth, 100%. But at the end of the day, my answer is always gonna be, don't do it. If you ain't sure about that woman, don't do it. Do not do it. Plain and simple.
Yeah, be patient. Be still. I've always got answers just from being still and being patient. Like back in the days when I didn't know anything about meditation and stuff, it's just that patience, that quietness. Like I have a really strong intuition because of that.
And it comes to my next point.
You mistake.
Now that we got all the goofiness out the way, all the low vibrations out the way.
Hold on, baby. Hold on. Don't get everybody started with that. We're about to leave soon.
Yeah, now that we got that all out the way, let's just talk about when you are patient and stay still and you follow what the team wants you to. Go play.
Your spirit team.
Yeah, when your spirit team tell you which way to move and you finally do find the right one and you have the, the perfect life with them. Like, I got my 2 children back, my 2 girls. There goes one right there.
Doing the other one.
and just to show y'all the confirmation, when we talk about confirmation, my 2 oldest are 5 months apart.
Years.
I mean 5 years. 5 years apart.
Well, I mean, possibly bears are.
Right, 5 years apart. My oldest daughter is 5. The youngest daughter, as you can see, is not even a year yet. So they're 5 years apart. Confirmation.
Yeah,
That doesn't mean that. Okay.
Ooh, she look like you.
This video ain't for you, buddy. Go on.
Oh,
anyway, confirmation. Like, if you do what you're supposed to, you'll get everything back. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy now. I'm truly 100% happy now. I have my hands on everything when it comes to my children. 100%. I run this shit. No, but yeah, I'm happy now. Like, it's the right situation. It's perfect. It is what it's supposed to be. If you wait, like I did.
It does feel good.
Yeah, it feels wonderful.
Being on one accord for the most part, because people don't understand is that I know some people try to say, I mean, just being on one accord, like we're on the same team. There's no such thing as Poppy says no, Mommy says yes. Like we have the same
Play their games.
The regimen and everything, like from their bedtimes to the things we eat to their playtimes, their screen times, like just being on one accord. It's like no stress because it's not like, oh, I gotta call this person to see if it's okay if we do this.
Yeah,
or
that's another thing.
I gotta call them to see if it's okay.
They ain't gonna call you just out of spite. They're gonna do the opposite of what you say anyway.
Right.
If my daughter called me and said, "Oh, I wanna be a stripper," and I'm like, "Hell no!" Just out of spite, the mother's gonna be like, "Hell yeah, get your money, girl. What he know?
That's your
He ain't
life.
here. He ain't taking care of you.
Right.
Whole time I'm giving you $500 in child support.
Right.
What you need money for?
Definitely.
You can get that same 500 you get from the club from your mama.
Well, that's because they don't know that that's the amount they're getting. The baby mamas pocket the money,
Yeah, I
and they
know.
break them off a little change, $50.
And I'm not
And
saying that's
then,
the
you
amount
know,
I pay. I actually pay more, but
Yeah,
I'm not putting all that out there. I'm
they
just saying.
break that.
I don't want y'all to think, oh, that ain't bad. Yes, it is.
Yeah, when you have to pay that amount for all your children, make sure all
Right.
your children are straight, you know. And then not even just that. Like we said, the fathers will always be the bad guys because the baby mamas, they're going to take off that cart what they want and get them whatever little remainder, $20, $30, $40, $50 and say, oh, that's all I sent.
Right.
You know, they don't know.
Because that's the story for all these years. Oh, he only gives me $50.
Yeah, it's the same way with my brother's kids. They say the same thing. They barely get anything. They get way more than that.
They getting like $20,000.
They get way more money because of my
you
brother
only getting
being
$100.
my brother being murdered. They get money for that and everything
Can't get
else.
what you want. I only got $100 from your daddy.
Yeah, and even my brother being murdered, them guys still talk stuff about him, but they living off of the money from my brother's death.
Right.
Ha! It's interesting.
Got his PlayStation 5.
Always living off his stuff.
Living off his stuff.
All his
Ain't got a damn
stuff.
job. Cheating on the baby mamas and everything.
So
Living off another man. That's the type of man y'all want to be? That's sick as hell, man. Living off another man.
But look at the women though. They
You missed
settle
out on
for
your
less.
daddy that bad that you feel like you gotta live off another man. That's crazy. That's really what it all boils down to.
Pretty much. Not just live off another man. They living off another man and the woman. They still sending her to go get some, bring in more money to them. Why they go to other girls while she at work?
I'm a player though. Okay. Sick as hell, bro. Weak as hell. Any man that can live off of somebody else is a weak ass man. Every man is supposed to be self-reliant. Every man should be able to live off himself regardless of anything. They don't need nobody. Not a soul. I don't need her. I love her to death. I don't need her. But she's there for me. And that's the beauty of it. You don't need somebody, but they want to be there for you. Just like her. She don't need me. She's self-reliant. For all y'all women who think you need somebody to live, y'all don't need nobody to live, man. Get it for yourself, man. And that's what's wrong with the fucking baby mamas I got. They want to live off of somebody. They want to live off of me. They want to live off of another baby daddy. Stop trying to live off of somebody else and live for yourself, man. And wonder why you ain't never got good going on in your life. Because y'all steadily spreading this low vibrational evilness. Like y'all spreading it. Like y'all actually love it. Y'all actually enjoy living this way. Y'all think it's a fucking, like you're a king or a queen or something. Like, oh yeah, I'm living off my baby daddy. That's all you got to offer? That's all you got going on in your life? Like, for real?
That's because they, like you said, they need somebody. How many of y'all right now can say that y'all are in a truly loving relationship because you want to be with that person? I want that person. Not because I need them to pay my bills. Not because, I need sex. I need sex.
Hey, most of them found out in this pandemic when they was locked in.
Exactly. Some people say that dumb stuff.
Now.
I hate everything about this man or this woman, but the sex good. That means you need them. That means to be with somebody because of sex only. Like, that's crazy.
It is sick. It's so low vibrational. Like, y'all don't even see how low that a low of a person you are. Like, that's sick as hell.
It is.
I hate everything about this person.
Everything.
But sex.
That's it. So that means you got a sex addiction, basically.
Not only that.
You just need.
And it
pretty
just goes
much.
back to the point what I'm saying. If you wait for the right person, like when you find that right person, man, that shit, even though it don't even matter, that shit is the best that you ever have in your life. And I'm telling from experience.
Absolutely, me too.
It's the best ever. And it is so, it's so good in so many different levels, so many different connections. Like, it's just, I can see now what Drake was saying in that video. You're the fucking best. But nah, for real though, man. You find that right one, man. That shit, that low vibrational shit don't even matter, man. oh, I hate everything about that person for sex, because I love everything about this person.
And I love everything about you.
There's some things I dislike, but I love everything about this person.
You don't dislike nothing about me? Nah,
Okay.
just like.
Okay then. I
Come
dislike
on.
the fact that you talk too much. I'm just playing.
Right. No, like I just when it comes to being patient and actually finding a person, like I said, it's important that you want the person versus need. I mean, that you want them, because you're there because you want to be there. Ugh, you look just like your daddy, girl. You look like Boppy.
No, she don't.
Please. Comment if they look like twins. She did the face.
Look like her mama.
No. Exactly. That's you. So yeah, it's because it's like when
She
everything
choking. No, I'm just playing.
everything is
No, I
perfect.
don't want her shirt to get
Everything is perfect with the two, because it's like your souls and spirits are making love at the same time as your physical.
Man.
That's the cleanest way that we can describe it. So it's not just you just saying it because you married and got kids. Like, no, being that's from a
Why do you
twin.
think we got so many kids?
Right. That's from a twin flame perspective. You can look it up if you want. Your soul, spirit, mind, body, all that is engaging at the exact same time. So that's what we're trying to say. So for people who just want to get with somebody just to be like, oh, they got a lot of money, but I hate them. Oh, the sex is good, but I hate them. Then that means you need to go deep within, and you need to do some shadow work, because
Molly lost her cup.
hold on, baby, it's right here.
It's right here.
That means you need to go deep within and do some shadow work, because that's a sign that that's a part of you that you need to work out whatever trauma you got. If you think you need to use, I'm glad they came to me, use somebody for sex, because that's exactly what it is. If you don't like that person or want to be with them, you're essentially using them for sex. Do you agree, babe?
Yeah.
You're just using somebody for sex. I'm only going to go over there just to have sex. That means you need to dig deep within yourself and fix your soul. Fix the inner working of your soul, because something's wrong with you that you think is okay to use somebody for sex. Same thing with money, right, babe? If you with somebody just for money, hold on, baby.
Go get
You
you a
need to
job.
go deep within and fix what's wrong with you. If your mind tells you it's okay to use this person for money, something is wrong. You're mean, you're sick, you're evil.
Right.
If your mind is like, I'm gonna use this
You don't
woman
wanna
for
get out
sex,
and get it for yourself.
something's wrong with you. So you're not
Now,
in
what
a
happens when you ain't got that person? What happens when that person
Right.
dies? Or what if that person's like, man, fuck you, I'm moving on. Like, what are you gonna do then? Go find you another person, right?
that means something wrong with you. You work on what's wrong with you on the internally.
Isn't that that's a sign there?
Problem's still gonna be there.
Still gonna be doing the same thing.
And I'm led to say,
But now
do
I'm
not.
gonna tell you like this: if you got a good job for yourself and you're making your own money, if you lose that person, man,
It's still fine.
the ball will still be rolling.
And don't let things like low vibration, like sex, be your God. I know my intuition is saying don't be with this person. I know my intuition is telling me they're bad for me. Even if not just your intuition. A lot of y'all, they just bad to y'all. Y'all can see it yourself, how they treat y'all, talk to y'all, cheat on y'all. If that's the case, if you are doing something like stand somewhere where somebody's treating you bad because of sex, then you've allowed sex to be your God. Scoot it, man. Oh, you've allowed sex to be your ruler.
Stop rubbing your eyes.
So
No, not even with your shirt. Not
That's
even rubbing
what I
with your
got.
shirt. Just keep your eyes closed. Let it water up and clear. Manny, get out of there.
Cause I know people who've done that.
Yeah, go over there. What?
I mean, just like I put in my testimony. When I was younger, and the guy that was abusing me, he's gonna kill me. And the intuition, my spirit team spoke to me and told me, he's gonna kill you. You got to get out of here. Okay, so you got the enemy. Like, okay, well, if you leave, you're gonna leave all your clothes and all your things here. And if you tell him you're leaving, he's gonna kill you anyway. So I had to basically lie and say, I'm just going away for the weekend. So I left all that shit there. But
Fuck that shit.
if I would have made those idols my God, I would be dead right now.
Yep.
Because I'm worried about, I can't leave my shoes here. I can't leave my clothes here. I can't leave my
You'd have been right
stupid.
back here in the same situation. But
Right.
worse.
And that's the same thing other people. If they're telling you, leave this man alone, it's bad for you, or this girl's good for you. How about the sex is good? So you may have sex with that person one time, you may have AIDS. Or something like that. I'm just giving this example to say, don't let them things be your God. If you know your intuition is saying, I need to go, that person bad for me, don't let nothing material be your God, or even physical things like sex or whatever. That's just what a disclaimer I want to give, because this is life or death. It's not a game. Some of y'all like to say, you know, we know the days are changing. Y'all can call it the last days or whatever y'all want to believe in. You can look around and see the system is crashing and things are changing. So obviously the enemy is getting desperate. That's the best way I can use. So it's not like back in the 90s or early 2000s where you have time to keep making these same mistakes. Like, things are amping up. Like, it may be one more time you go mess with that person, they may murder you. Because that's what they told me was going to happen to me. You know, but I chose right. I left all that crap there. So that's the best example, because a lot of things can happen to you worse than having a baby. It may be a setup. You may, yeah, we're almost done.
Setup, bro.
You may come there. That woman may call you up one more time to sleep with you, knowing that you don't want to be with her. You get there, another guy come out the closet and shoot you dead.
I've been through it.
See?
I survived, but I've been through it.
And that's what I'm saying.
Setup, bro.
So yeah, we hope if nothing else that y'all took from this interview real life lessons, and you know, is there anything you want to close out? Come on back in. I'm scoot over for you. Anything you want to close out?
That's the best plan for you. Save yourself. Don't think that you're going to have a better, easier plan. Oh, I'm just going to use condoms. I'm just going to pull out and all that, man.
Still get
Save
pregnant,
yourself,
right?
man. Save yourself from anything, because condoms break. Pull out method doesn't work. I don't care what you think. Oh, I got the perfect timing. No, you don't. Because if you really do the studying and research on it, you're coming in her the whole time y'all having sex. It's just that last boost is what shoots the most out. So you can still get a female pregnant from pre-cum.
And even then, you can be on all type birth controls, females, all that. If that show karma for, you know, not taking a heed, I don't care how much birth controls y'all got on. They're gonna get pregnant.
Bro. If you're down to be punished, if it's
gonna
in the
still
book,
happen.
it's gonna happen. No matter what you think you can get away with, you can't get away.
No doctor do nothing.
You cannot get away from it. You can't. Don't care what you think. It's gonna catch up to you regardless.
And I want to say thank you, Cellz, for your interview.
Thank you for changing my life.
Thank you for changing mine too. I love you. So for all y'all ever think y'all get my man, y'all need to understand those. I mean, seriously, we experience these things for real. And see, that's because it goes back to what we're saying. People are so physical. People are so what they see, and they can low vibrational, wicked evilness. They can never understand the things we speak of as far as the spiritual connection, spiritual, physical, soul connection, mind, body, and soul. So that's why people don't have those good things happen to themselves if you have the thoughts of destroying those unions yourself, you know?
I'm gonna tell you like this. Try it if you want to. I might punch your ass. I'll hit a woman. I don't give a fuck. Y'all try to come between me and my woman. Try to be sneaky. Try to be on that goofy shit. You ain't had it until you got, man, I'm disgusted and I'll punch your ass. The fuck out my face with that shit.
See, they think since you're like quieter than me and I talk a lot, they like, oh, he's the nice one.
Yeah, don't
I can just I can slide in his, and this is us speaking from the past, you know, people trying to message him or trying to, you know, hop in his inbox, different things like that. So you guys are free to, you know, subscribe, you know, to the YouTube page if y'all really on there just to learn this and that. But he just letting y'all know, don't.
I'm a nice guy, but just don't try me.
Don't try to come between our family. Yeah.
And it's not go same thing for them niggas. I'll fucking kill you.
Don't try to come between our family. Like I said, y'all can be cool, but as far as that, trying to be sneaky, we dealt with it. We dealt with it. We'll let y'all know we ain't no Jesus believers. We ain't no JC believers. So yeah, even then. But see, back then though, the way we had to handle it was a little more quiet, a little more different. But now, hold on, baby, we can express exactly like don't play with us like that. I don't know what y'all thought the setup was, but it's not that type of get up.
I don't care what you think. Oh, I got this money, I got this body, I got this. I'll beat your ass up. I'll punch you right in your mouth.
We don't play that. Like, you know, just going through a world. Hold on, baby, we almost done. Going through a world with so much bad coming against us. You go look in our testimony, some of the different things. You're not gonna play when you finally live your life. And he had to put this disclaimer because y'all don't understand that one thing about being in tune with yourself and having your true spiritual family. I'm not talking about nobody physical, spiritual family that's in the spirit realm. You already know everything before it happens. You already got the inside scoop. So that's why we even bringing this up, because to this day we still get the team letting us know about people who was supposedly on our team that were really trying to get with either of us, basically. So that's why we had to put that out there. I mean, the fact that them literally just telling us the messages last month. You know what I mean? So we literally...
We don't play that shit, that flirt shit, none of that shit.
No.
Like what you saying, oh, just because we was in those little coats and stuff. Even
right, they thought of it,
I had to check a nigga, like, think he was going to give my wife a cute little nickname. Like, bitch, don't you know her name is already short? What are you going to try to give her a nickname?
That's
Toy. No, her name is Toya,
right.
Okay? A dresser. Or you could say Miss Harris. How about that?
Mrs.
I say it wrong?
You said Miss.
That's wrong?
Mrs. if I was born as a Harris.
Whatever.
Mrs. means married.
Okay, whatever. Punch your ass in the mouth, too.
Yeah, but I wanted... I guess he got to say it from his own mouth, because a lot of females will think, well, I can still try to slide and try to step to him and try to come to him because she ain't around, you know.
Slide my fist right in your mouth.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, people need to realize that.
Right, you want to suck on something? Here, I got some knuckles for you.
That's what I'm saying. Well, you have to do your own work, your own spiritual work, your own cleaning up, and raise your own vibration as an individual. And then as Source sees fit, you'll meet your mate. My perfect twin flaming mate is not your perfect twin flaming mate. Don't let nobody trick you. Oh, well, I think it's my twin flame, but he's married. No, baby. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody fool you. Don't let the enemy send you off. Focus on taking care of yourself. Focusing on yourself. Simple. We got more testimonies to come. Anything else? Anything else? All right. Thank y'all. Whoever lasted this long.
Right.
Almost 2 hours, and we hope y'all learned something from it. Tell them back.
If you got any questions, reach out.
Say back.
And we'll answer them for you. Si, what you got in your mouth?
All right.
See y'all later.
So as I always say, aloha, peace,
and all that.
Shalom, assalamu alaikum. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I just threw something there. But look, yeah, thanks for tuning in. We're back again. And for the ones who love us, love you back. The ones of light, the ones who hate us, that's on you. Do your shadow work. Work on what's going on with you internally, or you'll be dealing with it for eternity. All right, then. Bye.